Three characters, and of course I promised to reveal the third figure. So, Red Onslaught will be coming, a ginormous version of the Red Skull from last year's big crossover arc in Marvel. And Axis, is Axis armor. So we hope you guys love it as much as we like it. And he will be down in the display case so you can see how big he is right after this panel.
I know a lot of people have been requesting, ever since Floyd did the first Onslaught Build-A-Figure. Onslaught has a couple different looks, two primary looks. One is more crab-like, like a crustacean, like a monster. That was the first one that we did. And then this one's a little bit more of like a standard guy in armor, for lack of a better way of describing it. A lot of people have been requesting this for years, so it's really exciting that we actually put this in plastic this year. So, very fun. There you go.
And then a sneak peek for Wave 2. I was feeling very patriotic. Our U.S. women just brought in the World Cup. Yay, love those ladies. And apparently Nuke does too, because he tattooed a flag across his face. So we got a very, very powerful Nuke character as the first character we're revealing for Wave 2. Spider-Man Wave 1, we debuted the entirety of this wave in the case already. You guys have been down there, I'm sure, and seen it. If you haven't, please come by. Once more, some fantastic villains actually in this wave. Lots of villains in this wave. So now we're going to give you a sneak peek once more at some of the art. So there's Venom. You guys were asking, does he have another head? Yes, he does, and there it is. Morbius and Jack-O-Lantern. Spider-Gwen and Ben. We love Spider-Verse. Jesse and the publishing team at Marvel could not have been kinder to us last year with the Edge of Spider-Verse books. They gave us, 60 or so new Spider-Man characters that we can tap into. So we're super excited because we love Spider-Man as much as you guys do. And there you go. But there's something we hadn't shown you yet, and there are some variant parts that are still coming to turn Ben Reilly into Spider Carnage. Thank you, Tony, for reading a whole lot of comic books in your childhood. And then lastly, the Superior Foes, of course, Speed Demon and Biehl, with the head of Silvio Silvermane on an RC card. If you haven't read Superior Foes as Spider-Man, you're missing out. It was an amazing read last year. I highly recommend it. Anything that allows us to put an action figure's head on an RC car and tell it to you is a win in our book. The head actually does pop off the car, and it is a fully sculpted 6-inch scale action figure head. You can put that onto, the Coulson or the Chameleon body, or maybe one of the Ultrons if you want the more armored version of Silvio. So there you go.
All right, now that we've got 6-inch out of the way, we can get on to the good stuff. So, as you've seen down in the case down in our booth, this is wave 1 of our 2016 line. So starting up at the top, I know you guys have had a lot of big humans throughout the years, and bringing in Triton was definitely a big missing piece. So I wanted to make sure that he got in the wave.
What's your thing with action figures with no pants? Just asking.
Thanks.
I'm not here to judge. It's Comic-Con. This is judgment-free zone.
I like it.
Okay.
So now up next, a character with pants. We have Noir Spider-Man. Then next up is a deco refresh. This is going to be classic Iron Man. You've gotten this figure before in a different version. You've also gotten in the yellow armor. So I kind of want to refresh him so that you have a whole new version of that classic armor. Then down at the bottom, we have the evil troll Ulick, Jesse's favorite.
It's because he's not wearing pants.
It's not wearing pants. And then next up, this was one of our fans' choice figures from last year, if you guys remember. We had 2 winners last year. I can't seem to remember what the second one was, but this one was our winner. This is Captain Marvel. And then last up, we have Yondu. We haven't done the classic version of Yondu, so we want to get a character in there with a big giant mohawk. So.
And no pants.
And no pants.
You don't need pants in space. It's science.
Are you ready for the drum roll? So, that was the second one. That's right. This is our second Fan's Choice winner. So we're giving you guys Gamora for the first time in 3 before. Giving her in that awesome armored version of her sword. She also will have a blaster. Then up next, we are going to have Yellow Daredevil. If you happen to venture down by the booth after the panel, you might be down there. I don't know. Then we're going to have some 90s love with Armored Spider-Man. And Living Laser. This figure's going to be super cool. He's going to be all translucent, so we'll have that kind of energy effect. Yeah, who clapped in the back for Living Laser? Say that, raise your hand. Raise your hand. I want to see. Come on. There you go. And then we got an all-new Vision for you guys. I know that Vision was a hard one to get when Universe first started a few years back, so I wanted to make sure that you guys got an all-new, great-looking Vision to put on your shelves with those Avengers. And then last up, we have Rage. He's got pants, but he also has a mask on.
Sure, he just took his shirt off.
Man, choose. Yeah, so now up next, this, you guys have seen this down in our booth as well. We are doing the return of Comic 2-packs. If you haven't seen with those figures downstairs. These will be all new 2-packs with a Marvel comic inside. Because Marvel Publishing is doing such an awesome arc with Secret Wars, we really wanted to leverage that with these characters. So we're taking characters that appeared in different universes and really just throwing them together in these 2-packs. So first up, we're going to have Sam Wilson as Captain America, and he's going to be paired with Vance Astro. Then next up, we have female Thor, really awesome character. You know, we really wanted to take what Marvel is doing that's current right now and really try to push that as hard as we can. And then also with Lady Thor, you're going to have Unworthy Thor with Yarn, right? Yarn? Yeah. And this Yarn will be scaled to the figure, right, Dwight? Sure. Yeah. And then last up, you're going to have Machine Man from 616, and you're going to have Superior Iron Man. And for wave 2 of our comic packs, we're giving you Scarlet Spider and a new version of Classic Spider-Man. So a nice spiky 2-pack here. Then we're going to have a Hyperion 2-pack. So we're going to take the dark version of Hyperion. We're going to pair him up with the Supreme Power Hyperion. And last up, we're going to have our Captain Marvel pack. So we're giving you classic green and white Captain Marvel. And then we're going to take our Captain Marvel, very similar to what you had in Wave 1, and give you an alternate version with her armored mohawk head. So this way, in the same year, you can get both versions of Captain Marvel.
Now we're going to talk about our Fan Choice Award that's going on. Jesse, you care to talk to the fans a little bit about that?
Yeah, sure. I mean, this is an idea that we had a few months back. We were trying to come up with an idea of how to better engage with the core community here at Comic-Con, and we all felt that doing a fan choice kind of a Final Four would be the best way to go. The great thing about Marvel Universe is that there are so many different characters. So we wanted to pick a few and that we felt would be great for 2017. And so far, the voting's gone really, really well each day. It keeps growing, which thank you guys very much for showing up and participating. We will do one more tomorrow at noon. And if you come and you vote, there'll be free prizes there. Definitely have some free t-shirts, but then we might have some other things to give away as well. So the first day, we had 4 different characters to choose from, and the winner was Darkhawk. The winner for the second day was Angela. Angela was a huge win. So the Battle of the Ladies. Yeah, it was. So we've got 2 winners, and then from today, the winner was Symbiote Spider-Man. And tomorrow, we're gonna have one. The last one, and then the final level of voting will happen at a later date online. We'll probably partner with Marvel.com to do that. We'll let you guys know about it, so everybody can participate. But thank you everyone who came and voted for this. It's been really, really fun. Hopefully something we'll be able to do over and again in the years to come, because this was a great way for us to engage, and we'll probably find a way to expand this somehow. But we really, really had a great time doing this, and we hope you guys enjoy it. So,
Thanks. See you guys
Thank you,
tomorrow for
guys.
the 1 hour break.
Yes. Have you guys, just a round of applause, who voted? Guys, thanks again. I really appreciate it. It's been really fun to do this.
All right, so we have a few more sneak peeks before we start the Q&A. All right, is everybody still with us? Yeah. All right.
3 3/4 sneak peek.
Ready?
What is that? I have no idea what that is. All I know is he doesn't have pants.
A theme in your 3/4 goal. Okay, now on going from giant space dog with a tuning fork on his forehead, let's go into legends. You guys are talking about big figures. You guys have been loving what we're doing with Hulkbuster, and we'll see how big that onslaught is in a second. Well, here's a new version of Abomination coming to you. This is still in progress. This is not finished. I would say he's about 85% done, so we still got a little bit of work cleaning him up. But we're pretty happy with his progress, and we wanted to, at least give you guys a sneak peek about a new ginormous Abomination in the near future. And last but not least, we're going to round out the presentation part of it today with Namor, the Submariner, an entirely new figure that is long overdue because the last one I brought you was absolutely horrendous. So, we have some of those sins of your father. Well, I wanted to make some amends to you guys, and I hope you love this one as much as I do. And while, you love to hate him, he was never one of my favorites, but after seeing this figure in person and seeing the love that Tony put into the deco of this character, he's absolutely amazing, and I can't wait to actually show him to you sometime in the near future.
So Dwight, I have a quick question. Can we go back one slide? Yeah. The Abomination. So just because I actually don't know how big this thing is, can you give us a sense of scale as to how big this is going to be in comparison to the other figures you guys are developing? Is that built on something already, or is that?
There will be some reuse. He's going to be built on some of the Rhino scale parts. I know you guys have been down to the booth and seen how big Rhino is. We guys are very supportive and excited for that figure, which is just about to hit shelves. There will be some Rhino parts used, so maybe a little bit bigger, but that's the basic scale for this monster.
Right. To build a figure.
I didn't say that.
Oh, okay.
I said big figure. How and where and when we bring this to you, we'll have to wait and see.
Great, thanks. I just wanted to, I know that would be a question, so I just want to make sure that we established that.
So that's the end of our presentation of our panel. Again, we want to just thank everybody from the Marvel and the Hasbro family. So now.
So we'd love to take some questions. Please get in line at the center microphone. Let us know your name, where you're from, which figure you're looking for. You get one figure, and then one question that you have for the panel here.
And just to clarify to some people in this room, despite how amazing it looks, the Sauron and the diorama is actually just a custom. It is not a production figure. Yeah, I'm looking at you. That's how good Tony is. He can make a custom that looks like it's a production level quality piece.
So no Sauron questions. Go ahead, sir.
How you doing? My name's Diego. Thank you for putting the love back into Legends and not focusing on the Happy Meal toys. But I wanted the question I had is the paint apps. If you look at the Return of Marvel Legends to the Legends now, there's now a QC issue with the paint. There's always a paint issue with almost every figure that comes out. So, are you guys aware of that? Are you looking into that? Are you guys just selling you the cheaper paint?
No, it's not cheaper paint or anything. We do, keep our eyes on that. Throughout the course of the development cycle, we review samples multiple times before we have finally blessed them and turn them over. Sometimes even after that, things do arise, and when we hear about that through, fans letting us know, or when we notice it ourselves on store shelves when we're out, doing store searches, we are able to take that information and send it back to our partners elsewhere to help us try to clarify what has happened, why it's happened, and how quickly we can contain it and improve upon it.
All right, thank you.
You didn't tell me what figure you wanted.
Oh, I want that armored Spider-Man in the Marvel Legends size.
Oh, okay.
That's an easy one.
Hi, my name is Jeremy. You guys have been doing a really good job getting newer versions of characters out. I was wondering if you had any plans to do a Kamala Khan version of Ms. Marvel anytime soon.
The which version?
Kamala Khan?
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I mean, for me, it's a priority. Just looking at knowing what we have planned for 2016, I think probably the earliest we're going to get that into the Legends line is 2017. It's a little bit of a complicated one because we've been segmenting the waves around the brands. And the reason we've been doing that is the marketing team has realized that if we buttress these under theatrical releases, so you'll see you'll get away with a couple of theatrical characters and a couple of classic characters. It really helps to get out of aisle placement and really helps the retailers sell more and ultimately strengthens the line. It means the line's going to last for a lot longer.
And it brings expanded distribution as well,
Yeah.
which I know is important for all of you here to get into more doors around the country.
And the issue with that character is she's an Inhuman, and obviously there's an Inhumans movie that's in development, and I think you're going to see a lot of Inhumans development in the next coming year or so. It's definitely on our radar, and it's a priority to me because that character is such a big priority to Marvel.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Which translates to he's going to make me do it.
Yes. Thank you, Russell.
My name is Zach, and
Hey, Zach.
are you gonna make any 3x3 inch Cosmic Spider-Man action figures?
Cosmic Spider-Man, interesting.
That's a good one. You know what? I'll put it on the list, buddy. That's a good one.
Thank you, Zach. Hey, Zach, here's my promise to you. If Bobby does it, I'll beat him up.
Hey, what's up, you guys? My question is that Marvel Legends are catered specifically more than anybody else to adult collectors. And with a lot of import figures coming out with Marvel licensing and everything, I was curious if you guys look at that and kind of see that as competition to the Marvel Legends line, or if those those imports actually kind of inspire the line in a way, because we're seeing a little bit more effects, like with the Scarlet Witch hex effects and things like that coming along. So I was wondering if you guys see that as a threat or as an inspiration or both.
I think partners all over the world are making amazing product, and wherever you can find some inspiration, whether it's on this coast or on the other side of the world is a good thing. I think the better our competitors get, the better we get. It raises our game. It makes us notice some exciting things elsewhere, and we want to make sure that we're bringing you the best action figures we can possibly deliver. The magic effects and things, yeah, that's something we love. We got some exciting things coming, for Iron Man in the upcoming year, just because, we've given you so many Iron Men, we're constantly trying to figure out a way to give you more, do something a little bit different than what we've done before. It'd be easy to just give you the next, suit of armor in the next film and just check the box and move on. But, honestly, we don't think that's good enough. We want to figure out ways to bring some more extra flash and pop to them. And how is it possible that your hair seems to have gotten taller every day throughout the course of this weekend?
It keeps growing and it stays up for a very long time.
Absolutely.
I would like, speaking of staying up, I would like a Psylocke figure with that Moonstone body, please. Yeah, it's Psylocke Moonstone body mold. Thank you very much.
Just to further that point, I think that every time, there's a company out there doing great stuff like Hot Toys. I mean, we're all, I was in Mike's office the other day and he had a bunch of Hot Toys in there. It's an incredible inspiration. I mean, they're doing stuff with their line that I don't think anybody's ever done before. Which is ultimate just inspiration. I mean, these guys are all very competitive. I'm very competitive, and we want all of our lines, all components, 3 3/4, 6 inch, whatever, role play, whatever it is, to be the best version of this it can possibly be. So whenever we see that stuff, I think it's ultimately just nothing but inspiration.
And I want to address Mr. Prime's first comment. We are no longer designing these just for adults. I think it's clear.
Yeah, man.
I think it's clear. When you walk through the Comic-Con aisles this year to see how many families are walking through, and the success we're having, the reason we're adding so many more figures every year, because we're finding a lot of dads and kids and introducing these characters and tons of kids getting into the books, which is great. Reading the big, huge Marvel encyclopedias, which is awesome, wanting to get all those figures. So we're seeing every year more and more kids get into this space, and that's amazing. That's great for everybody.
Look at Zach. Zach knew who Cosmic Spider-Man was.
How's everybody doing? My name is Ray Cheney.
Wow. Are you a voiceover artist?
I would love to get into it. Anyway, I wanted to say I'm with Toy Jones and Action Figures, doing a lot of toy reviews myself, and I've been saying all week since Thursday. I've been here, and Hasbro and Marvel, you guys have done such a great job of paying attention to the fans, being attentive to the requests that we're asking and the characters that we want to see. With that being said, my one request is how soon are we getting a Luke Cage figure in the 6-inch scale?
I'm sure you're aware that there is a Netflix show around Luke Cage, and I would just say that there's going to be a lot of product around all four of those, those four shows that they announced. Obviously, Daredevil's out. You've got Luke Cage, Jessica Jones, and Iron Fist. And if you guys pay attention to what's happening on the internet, they're filming the second season of Daredevil right now, and there's a lot of other characters that are appearing in that show. So you can bet that there's going to be some support for that. Probably in 2017. I think that's at that point. I think that's probably the earliest we can do something where because we don't really have a great deal of transparency in what's happening in those shows until they come out. So when those shows come out, we'll fully support them. You're going to see a lot of stuff.
So what era? Tiara or non-tiara?
I don't have a preference.
You don't have a preference? Okay.
Whatever my wife lets me bring home, I'm happy with it.
Hey guys, how you doing?
Hey, how are you?
Good.
It's a very Star-Lordian jacket you have there.
Thank you. Yeah, that it is. The answer to that Luke Cage question is both, by the way. Okay. But my question for you guys is, you've done a great job of balancing, newer versions of very core popular Marvel characters, along with some pretty surprising and obscure choices, fan favorites. My question is, every time a wave is announced, I keep my fingers crossed. Should I keep them crossed or give up hope for the Son of Satan?
For the Son of Satan? You want us to make a Son of Satan action figure to sell at Walmart, sir? I just want to understand that question. Okay, your request is duly noted. The Hasbro team here, and I can guarantee you that we will never make one for the main line. Sure. However, this show is the opportunity for us to do something really cool like that. If you recall,
His sister came just a year or so ago.
yes,
So,
Right.
we did run that one through the system.
we're not anti-anybody, I guess.
We're not anti-Satan, sir.
Good to hear.
Thanks, guys.
I can promise that name will never be on a Hasbro package.
It'll be SOS.
But Hellstorm is okay? Maybe? Well, okay. Something about it.
Hey, I've got a Marvel Legends question for you, but first, just want to say the Hulk Buster you just made recently was just from a design perspective, just awesome. Really an amazing figure. So thank you for doing it. It's just
Thank you. I can't really take credit for the design of the Hulkbuster. That was a team far more talented than
the execution was beautiful. Really, it turned out awesome. So, but the question is on Marvel Legends. I want to try and say a review products as well. And, some of the sponsors and some friends who run smaller toy stores, a little concerned maybe around Hasbro Toy Shop. Sometimes they're often getting a lot of products a little early. They can discount them very heavily and offer free shipping and other things, which a lot of smaller retailers can. Just the concern is maybe, do you feel that maybe can devalue the product a little and sometimes cause the stores to get a little clogged up?
You know, I have to apologize. I'm having a little trouble understanding your question.
Sure.
Could you sit a little bit closer to the mic, please?
Sure. Okay. So Marvel Legends are on sale often on Hasbro Toy Show.
Yeah.
.com, and one of the things that smaller retailers and sponsors tend to say to me is that it's very hard to compete with yourselves essentially when you can offer these products far cheaper than perhaps they can buy them at, and there's free shipping and heavy discounts. And the concern is that sometimes it can devalue the product and cause stores to clog up with some of the products because they can't ship them. So a little tricky question, I know, but just your thoughts.
Yeah, I mean, I think, we try to do the best we can to make these products available to as many people as possible. And that means selling to major retailers, selling through distributors to some of the smaller shops. There are folks who don't have access to any of those that are on the hunt for figures, and so we do make a great deal available on our own Hasbro.com. And then you're going to see us, first you've seen us open up new channels of distribution. We got our friends from Walgreens here today, and they're carrying our figures for the first time, and we love seeing them there. So in terms of pricing, that's always been a challenge. That's not just for this product line with Marvel, but we see this across the entire toy industry. So we do our best to try to keep it fair in terms of how we price it. We work with our distributors to keep their pricing fair. But we know in some cases it's hard for every retailer to compete, especially with some of the bigger guys.
Hi, Cesar here. I'm mainly a 3.75-inch line collector, and I also love the Legends. First, I want to give you props for the diversity in that line, underrepresented as far as men and women, and just characters from all over the place. I know that playsets are hard to come by or sell for retailers, but maybe for future shows like this one, as a collector, I always want to display these figures in a nice environment. Diorama, it doesn't have to be like a whole set, but have you explored that option, like maybe for Comic-Con?
You mean like a play set?
Like, not necessarily a playset, like just a diorama, like background or something that I could get and just kind of maybe different.
It's an interesting question, and I feel like there's a couple different answers. There are a bunch of companies that actually make those type of dioramas or elements of those dioramas so you can build and create your own. I feel like that's probably the easiest way for you to get that done because a company, I don't feel like there's a diorama business to be made at or had at a mass market retail chain. I think it's just a little bit too upstairs, a little bit too much of a collector play. So you really wouldn't, if you built something like that for retail, you wouldn't move the volume you need to in order to make it worthwhile to the customer, to the retail chain itself.
And we also, we pride ourselves on for how many years now being able to hold many of our key price points, and we definitely want to prioritize the toy versus put cost in other parts of the product. Right, so I think that's a great idea, Jesse. We love the fact that you're in the dioramas, and I think we're trying to figure out from a marketing angle how do we take advantage of that, how do we leverage some of the great work folks like yourself are doing at home to celebrate your fanhood. Right, so look out for some of that in the future.
One last thing, thanks for sneaking on the little extra details, like small wires. Thanks.
Thank you.
Hello, good afternoon. This is Robert, and I mainly collect 6-inch Marvel Legends figures, and I was wondering, based on what I just acquired today, which was the 3-pack that includes Nick Fury action figure, Agent Coulson, and Maria Hill. So I was wondering, are you guys planning to release a figure of Tony Stark? Not like just his face, like Tony Stark with the suit and everything?
We talked about that. We do, because now that we have a suit tool, there's a lot of characters you kind of want to see in plain clothes, like Daredevil. To have Matt Murdock, with his cape and briefcase and maybe looking like he had a rough night. Would be a cool way to explore something like that. But I also feel like to do something like that is not part of the main line. That's a store exclusive, and it's one part of a 3-pack. You've got 2 really cool characters that, you know, that would trend down to kids, that a kid would want to pick up. But then you've got something else in there that would be very satisfying for a fan.
Which is similar to how we treated it this year with our new Amazon pack, where you get, you know, Fantastic Thor, a Black Widow, a Hawkeye, and then you get, you know, our first ever, you know, Mark Ruffalo Hulk. So,
Yeah.
is there other people here that would like to see characters like that?
Thank you. Tony Stark, Hank Pym, you know,
Peter Parker, Negative, The Rose, Moon Knight, or Mr. Knight.
Moon Knight, or Daredevil in his new costume, which is like a red suit, a red 3D suit.
Hey, first, I'm just curious, do you have any plans for making a nice man spider figure ever?
I think so Legends started technically in about 1998 with a line that Toy Biz did called Classic Spider-Man, where they had hyper-articulated figures, wall mounted base, comic books insert. Part of that line, there was a man spider in there. I would imagine your best bet to get a man spider is to go on eBay and buy that old man spider. Because I don't see it making its way back into the line, only because, to Dwight's point earlier, Marvel just did this huge thing with Spider-Verse where we've got Punk Rock Spidey, we've got multiple different female versions of Spider-Man, Peter Porker, the Spectacular Spider-Man, you know, all of these great characters. We would love to see made into plastic. I think.
Just so you guys know, he did say Peter Porker.
Peter Porker. I would love a Peter Porker figure. Unfortunately, I would disagree with you on that, but it doesn't mean it won't eventually happen. So I would hunt on eBay. You can probably get it pretty cheap because I don't think people really like that character very much. Thank you.
Not that your selection is wrong.
No, it's a cool character, right? Cool artwork. Amazing fanfare.
Hey guys, my name's Adam, I'm from San Diego, and maybe we could do the Peter Porker in a pack with like Cosmo, and I don't know.
Pet Adventures.
So it's not originally my idea. It's been floating around the internet, and I mentioned it to Dwight and Tony. Any chance we might see like a 3-pack of Quicksilver, Scarlet Witch, and Vision from the movie to complete that Avengers set?
I mean, we'd love to get to those characters. You know, there was only so many slots in this calendar year that we had available for movie-based characters. To one of the points from the earlier gentleman, yeah, we're trying to do a good mix of modern characters, classic characters, new characters, updated costumes, as well as movie-verse characters. So when we laid all that out, and Jesse and our teams got together, we kind of cut apart the year and built it back up. We just ran out of spots, but as those characters remain important and continue forward, into more and more films, the chance of getting this out there,